On this day in history, we remember the remarkable individuals who shaped our world. Welcome to Who Died Today in History, where we honor their legacies. From artists to leaders, their impact lives on. If you find their stories meaningful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay connected.
Thank you to all our amazing channel members for your generous support.
He brought raw danger to the screen, yet lived a life marked by quiet struggles, sudden disappearances, and unforgettable moments of cinematic intensity. Peter Green was born on October 8, 1965, in Montclair, New Jersey, and long before Hollywood noticed him, he was drawn to music and art more than acting. He played guitar, immersed himself in underground culture, and carried a restless edge that would later define his screen presence. His rise came fast and fierce in the early 1990s. Audiences first felt his impact in The Mask in 1994, where his performance crackled with unpredictable menace. But it was Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction that cemented his place in film history. As Zed, Green delivered one of the movie's most disturbing and unforgettable characters, proving how powerful he could be in limited screen time. He followed that with strong roles in films like Blue Streak and Clean Shaven, where critics praised his raw emotional honesty and fearlessness. Away from the spotlight, Green lived a far more complicated life. He openly struggled with mental health challenges, including schizophrenia, and later spoke about periods of homelessness and isolation. Yet those who knew him often described a gentle, thoughtful man who loved poetry, music, and deep conversations, far removed from the violent characters he portrayed. Peter Green died on yesterday at the age of 60. He passed away at his home in Los Angeles. The exact cause of death was not publicly disclosed, and his death came quietly, without warning, to many who admired his work. The reaction was immediate and heartfelt. Fellow actors, directors, and film fans flooded social media with tributes, remembering not just his performances, but his vulnerability and honesty. Quentin Tarantino fans revisited his scenes, while others shared stories of kindness and humility that never made headlines. Today, Peter Green is remembered as a singular presence in 1990s cinema, an actor who never played it safe, someone who brought uncomfortable truth to the screen even when it cost him personally. Some careers fade gently, but Peter Green's burns on, sharp, haunting, and impossible to forget. The world knew his smile before it knew his pain, a dancer whose joy felt endless until one quiet December day changed everything. Stephen Laurel Twitch Boss was born on September 29, 1982, in Montgomery, Alabama. As a child, he was constantly moving, copying steps from music videos, and teaching himself rhythm before he ever had formal training. His rise began with dance competitions, but national attention arrived when he finished as a runner-up on So You Think You Can Dance in 2008. From there, his talent exploded across television. He returned to the show as an all-star and mentor, then became a household name as the resident DJ on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. Millions watched him dance into each episode, turning pure movement into daily happiness. He also appeared in films like Step Up 3D and Magic Mike XXL, proving his charisma worked far beyond the stage. Away from cameras, Boss was deeply committed to family and mentorship. He married fellow dancer Allison Holker, and together they built a life centered on love, creativity, and 3 children. A lesser-known side of him was his passion for inspiring young dancers, often offering advice and encouragement privately, without fanfare, believing success meant lifting others along the way. Stephen Boss died on December 13, 2022, at the age of 40. He was found at a hotel in Los Angeles, and authorities later confirmed his death was the result of suicide. The news stunned fans who associated him so closely with joy energy and warmth. The reaction was immediate and overwhelming. Tributes poured in from dancers, actors, musicians, and viewers around the world. Ellen DeGeneres called him family. Fellow performers spoke openly about grief, mental health, and the unseen battles even the brightest people can face. Today, Stephen Boss is remembered not only for his extraordinary talent, but for the way he made people feel. His legacy lives in dance studios, viral videos, and conversations about compassion and mental health awareness. He remains a symbol of joy, movement, and humanity. Even now, his rhythm lingers, reminding us that light can be powerful, fragile, and unforgettable. She rarely played the lead, yet her face, voice, and presence became unforgettable to generations who loved television's golden supporting characters. Diane Delano was born on January 29, 1957, in Los Angeles, California, growing up just miles from the studios that would one day shape her life. As a child, she was drawn to performance, fascinated by how small moments on screen could leave lasting impressions. Her rise came through persistence rather than overnight fame. Delano became a familiar presence in American television, earning recognition with her role as Officer Barbara Szymanski on Northern Exposure, where her tough warmth fit the series' quiet humanity perfectly. She later appeared on Days of Our Lives, stepping into the fast-moving world of daytime drama, and continued working steadily with roles on shows like Popular, The King of Queens, Desperate Housewives, and countless others. Casting directors trusted her. Audiences believed her. She brought authenticity to every frame. Away from the camera, Diane Delano was known as a generous collaborator. One lesser-known detail often shared by colleagues was her deep love for theater and voice work, even after television success. She valued craft over spotlight and friendships over fame. For her, acting was a lifelong discipline, not a ladder to climb. Diane Delano passed away on December 13, 2024, at the age of 67. She died after a brief illness in Los Angeles, the city where her journey had begun decades earlier. The news came quietly, much like her career had unfolded, without spectacle, but with deep meaning. The reaction was immediate and heartfelt. Fellow actors, writers, and fans shared memories online, calling her a scene stealer and a professional's professional. Tributes highlighted how often she elevated episodes without ever demanding attention. Today, Diane Delano is remembered as one of television's most reliable and human performers. Her legacy lives in reruns, streaming libraries, and in the countless moments where a supporting character made a story feel real. She proved that impact is not measured by billing, but by truth. Some actors chase fame, but Diane Delano earned something rarer, lasting respect, and a place in the quiet heart of television history. Silence fell across Spanish cinema when a familiar, joyful voice disappeared, leaving behind laughter, brilliance, and a heartbreak few were prepared for. Veronica Forqué was born on December 1, 1955, in Madrid, Spain, into a deeply artistic family. Her father was renowned director José María Forqué, and creativity surrounded her from childhood. She rose to fame in the late 1970s and early 1980s, becoming one of Spain's most beloved actresses during the post-Franco cultural explosion, known as La Movida Madrileña. Her collaborations with director Pedro Almodóvar defined an era, especially unforgettable roles in films like What Have I Done to Deserve This? And Kika. Over her career, she earned 4 Goya Awards, a rare achievement, and became known for portraying women who were fragile, funny, sharp, and deeply human. Behind the bright smile and expressive voice was a sensitive soul. Forqué often spoke about anxiety and emotional struggles long before such conversations were common in the public sphere. She also loved teaching acting, finding quiet fulfillment in helping younger performers find confidence and courage on stage and screen. On December 13, 2021, Veronica Forqué died at the age of 66. She was found in her home in Madrid. Authorities confirmed her death as suicide. The news shocked Spain, especially as she had appeared publicly just weeks earlier, reminding many how invisible inner pain can be. The reaction was immediate and deeply emotional. Fellow actors, directors, and fans shared memories of her kindness, humor, and generosity. Tributes poured in from across Spain's cultural world, honoring not only her talent, but her warmth and vulnerability. Conversations about mental health grew louder, framed by compassion and reflection. Today, Veronica Forqué is remembered as more than an actress. She remains a symbol of artistic freedom, emotional honesty, and the complexity of joy itself. Her performances still feel alive, still make audiences laugh, and still reveal truths that linger long after the screen goes dark. Some stars shine by being untouchable, but Veronica Forqué shined by being human, and that light has never truly gone out. The laugh of a TV dad once felt eternal, yet one quiet night proved even familiar voices can suddenly fall silent. Alan Willis Thicke was born on March 1st, 1947, in Kirkland Lake, Ontario, Canada. Long before Hollywood noticed him, he was already writing jokes, songs, and ideas with restless ambition. His rise to fame came from a rare mix of talent behind the scenes and warmth in front of the camera. Before becoming a household face, he helped shape television history by writing or co-writing theme songs for shows like Different Strokes, The Facts of Life, and the original Wheel of Fortune. Then, in 1985, everything changed. As Jason Seaver on Growing Pains, Thicke became America's favorite dad, funny, flawed, and full of heart. The role made him a symbol of 1980s family television and carried his career into syndication immortality. Away from sitcom sets, Alan Thicke lived many lives at once. He hosted talk shows, wrote music, acted in films, and proudly embraced his Canadian roots. One lesser-known side was his deep love for hockey. It wasn't a hobby, it was a bond. He often skated and played with his sons, finding joy far from studio lights. On December 13, 2016, Alan Thicke died suddenly at the age of 69. He suffered a heart attack while playing hockey with his son Carter in Burbank, California. The place mattered. He passed doing something he loved, beside family, in a moment that shocked everyone who knew him. The reaction was immediate and heartfelt. Former co-stars, fans, and fellow performers shared memories of his kindness and humor. Tributes poured in across television and social media. Many spoke of how he made people feel seen, welcomed, and genuinely appreciated. Today, Alan Thicke is remembered as more than a sitcom star. He is remembered as a creator who shaped television sound, a father figure on and off screen, and a man whose warmth crossed generations. His influence still plays softly in reruns, theme songs, and memories. Some voices never really leave us. They simply echo in the places where laughter once lived. The golden age of Hollywood thrived on daring heroes, and few embodied that spirit like John Hall, whose charm once carried audiences across exotic worlds. John Hall was born on August 23, 1915, in Los Angeles, California. Tall, athletic, and strikingly handsome. He was discovered young and groomed early for stardom. His rise came swiftly in the late 1930s, when RKO cast him in the epic adventure film The Hurricane in 1937. Audiences responded instantly. He had presence. Soon after, Universal Pictures made him a leading man of fantasy and swashbuckling cinema. Films like Arabian Nights and Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves turned him into a matinee idol during World War II, offering escapism when the world needed it most. Throughout the 1940s, Hall became synonymous with exotic adventure, heroic romance, and colorful spectacle, holding his own in an era dominated by studio-made legends. Away from the spotlight, John Hall lived a quieter, more complex life. He was married for over 2 decades to singer and actress Frances Langford, one of Hollywood's most recognizable voices of the era. Fewer people know that Hall eventually grew disillusioned with the studio system. In later years, he shifted behind the scenes, producing television projects and working in music production, seeking creative control that acting rarely allowed him. John Hall died on December 13, 1979. He was 64 years old. His death came in Los Angeles, California, due to complications following a stroke and pneumonia. By then, his name was no longer dominating marquees, but his films remained deeply tied to Hollywood's golden memory. News of his passing prompted respectful tributes from classic film historians and longtime fans. While it wasn't a headline-grabbing loss, there was quiet recognition that another symbol of Hollywood's adventure era had slipped away. Today, John Hall is remembered as one of cinema's great escapist heroes. His films still evoke a time when stories swept audiences to faraway lands and courage was uncomplicated. His legacy lives in the glow of Technicolor dreams and the enduring romance of classic Hollywood. Some stars fade, but others remain forever framed in celluloid, writing into history with the promise of adventure still alive. Her face felt familiar to millions, even if her name slipped quietly by, a presence that shaped British screens for decades. Heather Angel was born on February 9, 1928, in Oxford, England, into a world steeped in learning and quiet tradition. As a child, she showed an early fascination with performance, drawn not to glamour, but to character and nuance. Her rise came steadily rather than explosively. In the 1950s, she became a recognizable face in British cinema, appearing in films like The Flesh is Weak and the beloved comedy Carry On Nurse. Television soon followed, where she thrived in dramas and serials that demanded restraint and emotional precision. On stage, she earned respect for her disciplined performances, becoming the kind of actress directors trusted to elevate any scene. Away from the spotlight, Heather Angel was known for her intellect and seriousness about craft. She was not one for celebrity excess. Instead, she immersed herself in scripts, often working behind the scenes as a reader and mentor, helping shape performances that audiences would never know she influenced. On December 7, 1986, Heather Angel died at the age of 58. She passed away in London after a battle with cancer, her illness largely kept private. There were no dramatic headlines, only the quiet closing of a life devoted to storytelling and subtle artistry. The reaction was subdued but sincere. Colleagues spoke of her professionalism, her kindness, and her unwavering dedication. Tributes came not from tabloid pages, but from actors, writers, and directors who understood how much she had contributed without ever demanding attention. Today, Heather Angel is remembered as one of those indispensable performers who formed the backbone of an era. Her work continues to appear in reruns and archives, reminding viewers of a time when acting was measured, thoughtful, and deeply human. She represents the many artists whose influence outlasts fame. Some stars burn brightly, others glow steadily, and Heather Angel's light remains calm and enduring long after the final curtain fell. Leora Dana was born on April 1, 1924 in New York City, a place where theater lights first sparked her lifelong devotion to acting. Trained for the stage, she developed a reputation early on for discipline and emotional precision, rather than flashy showmanship. Her rise came steadily, not suddenly. Dana built her name on Broadway, earning respect for performances that valued character over spectacle. In the 1950s and 1960s, she transitioned seamlessly to television, becoming widely recognized as Leslie Harrington on the groundbreaking soap opera Peyton Place. Later, she reached a new generation of viewers as Dr. Barbara Hall on Another World, bringing intelligence and emotional weight to daytime television at a time when the genre was evolving into serious drama. Behind the scenes, Leora Dana was known as intensely private and deeply committed to her craft. She avoided Hollywood excess and preferred the rigor of rehearsal rooms to red carpets. Colleagues often spoke of her professionalism, her sharp instincts, and her quiet generosity toward younger actors finding their footing in a demanding industry. On December 13, 1983, Leora Dana died in New York City at the age of 59. The cause was ovarian cancer, a battle she faced largely out of public view. Her passing marked the loss of a performer who had never chased fame, yet had earned lasting respect across theater and television. The reaction was subdued, but sincere. Tributes came from fellow actors, directors, and longtime fans who understood her importance. Broadway lights dimmed in her honor, and television audiences reflected on characters who had felt real, flawed, and deeply human. Today, Leora Dana is remembered as an actor's actor. Her work stands as proof that subtlety can be powerful, that intelligence can command attention, and that longevity is built on integrity rather than noise. Some performers demand applause. Leora Dana earned remembrance through truth, leaving behind performances that still breathe quietly in the memory of American storytelling. The story of one of America's most beloved artists began not in youth, but late in life, when most people believe their chances are gone. Anna Mary Robertson Moses was born on September 7, 1860, in Greenwich, New York, and as a child, she loved drawing with scraps of paper and homemade materials whenever she could. Her life, however, did not begin with galleries or fame. She spent decades working on farms, raising children, and enduring hardship. After marrying Thomas Moses, she settled in rural New York, living a life shaped by labor, loss, and resilience. Art remained a quiet companion, expressed through embroidery and small creative moments between chores. Everything changed in her 70s. Arthritis made needlework painful, so she turned to painting instead. Using simple brushes and household paints, she began capturing memories of rural life. Snowy fields, country dances, harvest scenes filled with warmth. In the late 1930s, a New York art collector discovered her work in a drugstore window. Soon after, her paintings were exhibited in galleries. By her 80s, Grandma Moses had become a national sensation. Her work appeared in museums, books, calendars, and even on greeting cards. She was celebrated as proof that creativity has no expiration date. Despite worldwide fame, she remained deeply humble. She continued living simply, painting every day, and often said she painted from memory rather than imagination. One lesser-known detail is that she completed more than 1,600 paintings in her lifetime, many of them created after the age of 80. Grandma Moses passed away on December 13, 1961, at the age of 101 in Hoosick Falls, New York. The cause was natural, marking the quiet end of a life that had stretched across a full century of American history. The news of her death was met with widespread tributes. Newspapers honored her as a symbol of perseverance. Artists praised her honesty. President John F. Kennedy would later call her a national treasure, recognizing her influence beyond art alone. Today, Grandma Moses is remembered not just for her paintings, but for what they represent. She showed the world that passion can bloom at any age, that ordinary lives hold extraordinary beauty, and that it is never too late to begin. Her life reminds us that time does not limit creativity. It often sets it free. Donato di Niccolò di Bettobardi, known simply as Donatello, was born around 1386 in Florence, Italy, a city bursting with restless artistic ambition. As a young boy, he apprenticed under goldsmiths and sculptors, absorbing craft before most artists ever found their voice. His rise changed sculpture forever. Donatello broke away from stiff medieval forms and brought humanity back into art. His bronze David became the first freestanding nude sculpture since antiquity, daring and intimate in its realism. Works like St. George revealed courage through quiet tension, while his revolutionary low-relief technique, known as schiacciato, created astonishing depth on flat stone. In Padua, the equestrian statue of Gattamelata stood as Europe's first monumental bronze horseman since Rome, redefining public monuments. Away from fame, Donatello lived simply, almost stubbornly so. He cared little for wealth and often spent money as quickly as he earned it. Supported by Cosimo de' Medici, he was valued not as a servant, but as a genius allowed complete creative freedom. Those who knew him described a man intensely devoted to his work, restless and deeply private. Donatello died on December 13, 1466, in Florence, at approximately 79 years old. The cause was natural, the quiet closing of a life that had reshaped centuries. He passed in the city that had both raised him and been transformed by his vision. The news spread quickly through Florence. Artists mourned the loss of a master who had opened doors they now walked through freely. The Medici honored him with burial in the Basilica of San Lorenzo, a rare tribute that reflected his towering influence. Today, Donatello is remembered not just as a sculptor, but as a turning point in human expression. His figures breathe doubt, hope, and stand imperfectly human. Every Renaissance artist who followed stood in his shadow, whether they knew it or not. Stone may endure for centuries, but Donatello proved that emotion, once carved, can last forever.